my name is Marang. I am a consultant. I operate as process mechanics, and I assist small businesses to buy back their time and sanity. So I do that by automating business processes, helping you to find the right tools to scale your business. The Join Us for Tea group I think I've worked with them. We were laughing with Derek the other day just now to say we probably need the t-shirt to show that we're staff members given the number of years that we've collaborated with the Tea team. But it has been good to see them scale, not only just to facilitate conversations like this where we do workshops, but to facilitate this access to market where you see people have stands there where you can buy their products, and also expanding into giving resources like money, which is what a lot of us as small businesses need as we grow. So I'm just going to share with you some tips on how to win such a pitching contest. And we find ourselves in a very opportune time because we've got these G20 summits, November being Entrepreneurship Month. It just carries on. The conversations around scaling and growing businesses carries on throughout until, I think, early January, when we are now tired and we're going back to the drawing board to strategize. I'm just going to share with you some tips so that if you do find yourself having the opportunity to pitch, you are ready. So for my first tip, tell us a story. Tell us a story about your business in a short context that explains what the problem is and how your business is coming in to provide a product or service that solves that problem. You've identified an opportunity in that market. Show us how you know this. So if you tell a story of how you met somebody that was complaining about an issue and you thought, well, that's a good idea for me to start a business with, that's the story we want to hear. It gives us context as to why you started this business and the problems that you're solving. Make sure you're sharing some stats or some sort of reference. So if you've done market research about this problem, more than just meeting that one person, if there's research papers, if there's statistics that you know about, mention those things so that we understand how big this problem is. Telling us a story makes sure that we can engage with you on an emotional basis. So even if I'm not experiencing that problem, I can see how it is a problem for that particular person or that particular customer or organization. So you're giving us some sort of emotional connection to what this problem is. I start going, okay, geez, I didn't know that. Make sure that your product or service comes out as the hero. You want it to be the hero that saves the day. So now that you've identified the problem, enter you into the equation and the problem goes away. That's how we start knowing about what your business is. We don't need to know that it started in 1976 and then it got crippled and then it woke up in 1986 and na. Those are long stories. You don't have time to do that in a 3-minute pitch. Also remember why you are pitching. Today we're not funding ideas. This is not the day. Today we are funding a business. And a business has got customers. A business has existed because it has growing number of customers. It has existed and it has grown to a point where it's starting to employ people. That lets us know that there is an interest in your solution that you're offering. That lets us know that you're also building capacity because the demand for your product and service is growing. We are funding a business, not an idea. We want to know that you've got some sort of a market and people are responding to you. And that you are intentful about growing this business. We're funding a business that is not crippled by its operating costs. So we're not trying to rescue you just so you can see the light of day. We want to fund you so that you can do something today that can result in a growth at least in the next 12 months. We don't want to be hearing things like, I just need 50,000 Rand so that my business can survive and remain sustainable. We would like to hear, I need 50,000 Rand so that I can invest 20,000 Rand into digital marketing that's going to translate into 500 customers and grow our revenues by 20% within 12 months. See that? I can measure the impact this money is going to make into your business. So when you say, 50,000 Rand, this is booster. That's not what we want to hear. Because once you tell me that 50,000 Rand is going to boost your business, it already shows me that you've got money problems in there that I'm coming to solve that are not my business to be solving. But when you tell me that I'm going to give, with that 50,000 Rand, you are able to create employment for 2 of the interns that you've had for the past 6 months, you want to make them permanently employed, that I can relate to, that we can fund. Because that means you're intentional, again, about creating jobs, you're intentional about growing this business that you've got, and you're looking at how to scale your operations as boosting. Speak to about how your team is making sure that you deliver value to your customers. So if you've got an expert in the business, if you've got somebody who's been with the business for 20 years and they've become a specialist in the industry, if you have taken your own past corporate experience to start the business, that's what we want to know. Why should we trust you, or any customer, to trust you in delivering that product or service? Don't be shy to speak about your experiences. It's just a big room. Matric. Don't be shy about that. You didn't finish matric, no problem, but you're a self-made entrepreneur. You have made sure that you have learned what it takes to become the entrepreneur that you are today and to have grown it to that point. Speak to that experience. If you've got mentors in the business, if you've got anyone that is supporting your growth, mention those people, because then it says that you're not alone in trying to grow the business. So be confident in speaking to what you have done as a business so far, how you have grown that business. Make sure you are clear on what you're spending that money on and how it is going to translate to growth within your business. Then if you have a presentation, make sure your presentation is with the audio guys there so that they know that they can put it up. Make sure that the font is clear on it. The clearer your presentation with wording, the easier it is for us to follow the conversation. You don't even have to do a lot of talking because the pictures or the words on the screen will tell more of a story than what you're saying. Be presentable. If you've got uniform, if you've got a t-shirt that has your logo on it, wear it. You're not just speaking to the judges. You are also speaking to an audience full of customers, potential business partners, potential suppliers. Get your logo recognized. I mean, you heard Spoo's talking about an online audience. It means that the people that you're speaking to are a lot broader than the people that are in the room with us right now. Be very, very, very clear about what it is. And I hope you have practiced the timing. So you're given 3 minutes to pitch. I would aim for my timing to be about 2 minutes 45. That way you can speak calmly. Because sometimes when you rush through your presentation, it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. You're too nervous. And there's an opportunity for you to make a lot more mistakes. And then you forget things. And at the end of it, you're like, But if you've timed yourself and you are aware that you've given yourself at least that 15 seconds, it allows you room to breathe. You can pace yourself through the conversation. You don't have to rush yourself. Good luck to everyone that is pitching this morning and as well as tomorrow.